That's really what I've enjoyed the most.
Now, you mentioned your play style, so what kind of builds do you like running with in the W? Do you like playing as guards or some of the bigs?
I do enjoy the big position. That's what I've typically always done. But this year, I've actually excelled in the guard position, being able to shoot and being able to set up my teammates. So really, depending on the team.
The Twin Cities, Minneapolis. That's the scene for the Warriors. For Minnesota, a nice start early. Winners of 2 of their first 3. Warriors, T-Wolves. And we'll be right back after this. Hello and welcome to Saturday night with the NBA on 2K Sports. An exciting game on the way. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. The starters for the Golden State Warriors. We've got Carmelo Anthony, and it's Irving in at the point. And for Minnesota, we've got Ball, and it's Wade in at the 2-guard position. Oh, we've got quite the matchup in store tonight, Doris. 2 conference rivals set to clash once again.
NBA, there's typically a little bit of chippiness because it is clear these 2 teams don't like each other, and you and I are here for all of it.
Irving against Ball. Irving, the pass to Gervin. Got a piece of it. And it's Ball off the drive. No good on the shot. Anthony, the pass to O'Neal. Deflected! Pass to Wade. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Sometimes you think you've got Dwayne Wade bottled up, but he is stronger than you think, and he's got a knack for scoring with multiple bodies around him.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Well, this is perhaps the best weapon in Dwayne Wade's very varied arsenal. The feel in the paint, incredible.
Here's Anthony. Pass to O'Neal. Got a hand on it. To the middle. The shot. Again, the Timberwolves score.
Well, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
The Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Here's Barnes, following the score by Golden State. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First team foul.
And how about Scotty Barnes, Doris? Named an All-Star during his 3rd season in 2024.
And, in fact, the 3rd youngest All-Star that year. Listen, he has upgraded his playmaking. He's still getting better, and I think that's the scary part for the rest of the league.
2.
That free throw good from Barnes.
Well, you think about Scotty Barnes, the 2022 Rookie of the Year, guys. 6'9", long, can do many things, and honestly, a ton of growth left.
Both free throws good from Barnes. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And, B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure. I think one of the things you have to be in awe of is how creative and how elusive Kyrie Irving is to deal with when he's cooking offensively. This guy truly a remarkable talent.
And he makes a first.
When it's all said and done for Kyrie, the handle, the creativity, and the big shot making always will stand out.
Both free throws good from Irving.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Pass to Shays. Barnes with it. Here's Wade. Back to Barnes. And he buries his first look.
We know Scotty Barnes will embrace the physicality. That score is about concentration.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over.
With the offense reeling, coach has to get these guys on the same page.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
And taking a look at last year's stats. Here were the players that led the way in terms of steals. Scotty Barnes, third.
Last year, he was really opportunistic defensively, creating havoc.
Barnes against Anthony. Doesn't go that time. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes.
And maybe they're a little too excited today. They need to settle down. They've opened up 1 for 4.
Well, the power of D. Wade. Once he's deep inside, he is ready to send it in with authority.
Here's Gervin. Tipped.
1 for 5 out there, but no worries. Just keep attacking.
Pass to Wade. Here's Shays. He's covered by O'Neal. Here's Wade. Hits the trifecta. Wade's got 11.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Knocked away. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
One of those nights where the wheels come off. Nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Anthony, the pass to Thurman. Back to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Looking to win the run. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
You know, you can tell the three-point shot is something that Melo has developed over his course of time in the league.
Wade, the pass to Ball. Lets it go from deep. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Minnesota with the ball. 9-point game. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
And this is a matchup they expect to win. Certainly, last year they were the stronger ball club.
The Warriors have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Ball against Irving. Back to Anthony. Shoots. Rebound Minnesota.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Chalk up 2 there.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over. Their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling. Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
And the Warriors making a change here. Jones is checked in.
Not the most effective pick, but he salvages the play with a terrific move.
White looking it over. Over Irving. Again, the Timberwolves score.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
58 seconds left in the first. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Irving. Here's Jackson. Pass to White. Here's Hudson. Ooh, solid defense from Anthony.
Terrific rim protection impacting the shot.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Now here's Irving. Throw it down on the lob.
You see the offensive force that is Kyrie Irving. Sometimes it's his scoring. Right there, it's his passing.
Outside White. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Jackson. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's Minnesota. They lead by 12. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
And so in the game for the Warriors, we've got Carmelo Anthony, and it's Irving in at the point guard position. Yep, that one's good.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Now here's Jones. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Pass to Hudson. Here's Sampson. He's covered by O'Neal. It's tipped. Second chance shot. Shot is good. Sampson. And the Timberwolves lead by 14. And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for the Warriors. Now here's O'Neal. Irving looking around. Three-pointer, Anthony. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
Just so fluid on all his shots. No hesitation from Melo on the catch and shoot.
All right, Doris, now that we have an adequate sample size to look back on, what do you think of the NBA Cup?
I thought it was a great move by the league. Obviously, this was something inspired by the soccer leagues around the world. What I love the most is it raised the competitiveness of the early season games. And I'll tell you what, those courts, some of them were quite intriguing.
And it's the Warriors with the ball after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago.
Oh, man, take a look at that one. Just a textbook alley-oop.
Beautifully done. He served it up on a platter. And Minnesota calls time here. They're moving on after a tough loss they took at the hands of the Pacers.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Wade, he's checked in for Jackson. And the Warriors making a change here. White against Irving. Out to the right wing. Here's Shays. He's scoreless. The ball's knocked loose. Anthony feeling it out a bit. On the wing, Anthony. Outside for Irving. Tries it from 19. Again, the Warriors score.
So smooth on the mid-range. Kyrie dialed in.
Pass to Sampson. Back to White. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Gervin.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Wade. He's guarded by Irving. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
That's the upper body strength that Dwayne Wade possesses. He is a pro at muscling through contact.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Dwayne Wade.
Well, when Dwayne Wade is able to stay healthy, he has proven he's still very effective. This guy is smart, he's decisive, and he can play at a high level.
And Irving gets it to go. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Outside White. Down low. Here's Sampson. Nails the baby hook. Sampson's got his second basket of the game.
And he's just crushing them with plays like that. I mean, just continuing to pile it on.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback, and nice finish by him.
Here's Hudson, following the score by Golden State. Knocks it loose. In transition, here come the Warriors. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys, you talk about competing, Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor."
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie.
Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Yeah, that's an interesting point about Carmelo, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the history of the game. Spends a lot of time at the stripe.
And Anthony drops them both. Minnesota leading by 8. White, the pass to Shays. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And he just powered through contact, trying to complete the play.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And that's good as he hits both shots. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek. He's starting to heat up now. He's been much more efficient with the shot in this quarter than in the first.
It's White with a drive. Comes up empty down low.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
When you even sense a break, always a good idea to get it to your man up court.
Here's Wade. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Here's Shays. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, you love how committed Dwayne Wade is to moving the basketball. This guy's always been a team-first guy.
And the Warriors call time here.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
scoreboard highlighting last season's assist leaders. 5th best, Scotty Barnes.
Not a lot of guys had better vision on the floor than him. He was able to see passing lanes and ready shooters no one else could.
1:21 left in the second quarter. Here's Bibby. Uses the glass on the layup. Bibby's got his first bucket in this one.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Now White, pass to Barnes. Here's Chase. Rebounded by Gervin.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
He got a piece of it. Ooh, poked away. Here's White. And rejected. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for Minnesota.
Ball.
36 seconds left in the first half. Just 5 to shoot. Wade, that's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, Dwayne Wade simply dominating on offense, and he's making it look easy, guys.
Here's Bibby. 12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. For 3, Anthony. He can't hit that time. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 9. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Head coach Steve Kerr here with us now. Coach, what do you want to see from this team in the second half?
Well, we got to make some stops and get a little traction in this game. I mean, we fell behind right away, and so let's make a push the first 4 or 5 minutes, get back in the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports.
Dwayne Wade wasted no time getting hot. He ended up with 17 points, 2 assists, and also 3 steals. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
I have to admit it, I did not see this coming. They've done more than just hanging there. They've been the better team in a few areas. They just can't rest on this lead, though. Now the real lead.
And over to Kenny, what did you think about Golden State?
Well, it's never fun. When you're playing against a team that's on fire. This team was on fire. They showed effort on defense, but it didn't matter. They couldn't get the stops. I don't think the opponent could sustain this kind of shooting.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Here's Ball. They've got LaMelo Ball, and it's Sampson in at center. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Driving inside. Back to Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. LaMelo knocks down the long one.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Well, Doris, one thing about LaMelo Ball, not many true point guards walking around at 6'7".
BA, the length of a forward and yet one of the most prolific playmakers in the game today. That gives a coach a lot of versatility and options with one individual player.
Ball no good. Warriors trail by 10. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Gervin with the bucket.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
And he's going for the lob.
Sees his man has the angle on the interior and drops a dime right there.
And so Anthony will bring it up for the Warriors. Outside Irving. Takes a three. And it's Shays with a rebound. Minnesota leading by 10. Pass to Wade. Now Barnes. Over Anthony. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
Good, solid start to the half. Hitting 3 out of 4.
Poke loose. Right side O'Neal. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
O'Neal. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Doris, coaching is a difficult job. You think they're judged unfairly?
I do, PA. I think they go into any circumstance, and it's largely contingent on what is the strength of the organization. What's your ownership like? What is their commitment level to winning? What is your front office and the decision-making process like? But we all know this. Like, the coaches ultimately are the ones who are judged by wins and losses. They know that going in.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Brian, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Their first missed after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
Here's Irving. Oh, it's blocked by Barnes.
Boy, big-time denial from Scotty Barnes. Use that frame to your advantage.
The Timberwolves lead by 9. Here's Wade. He's got 17. Launches it. Oh, he can't miss. 8 for 8 after that shot.
On fire to start the second half. 4-5 from the field.
Timeout called. The Warriors.
All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get back for your Timberwolves dancer.
Glance at the league's most aggressive defensive teams from last year. The Timberwolves, #1.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
Right around 3 minutes into this second half. And he's going for the oop here. Hammers the lob through.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping. Here's Hudson. To the inside. Sampson. There's the block. Outside O'Neal. Ball against Irving. Tipped away. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. Fires in the triple. Irving's got 11.
You know, Kyrie shoots a ton of threes, and he makes a ton of threes.
Pass to Ball. Back to Wade. Here's Hudson. Let's go with a 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Irving. 11 points in the game. Thurman passes to O'Neal. It's deflected. Outside Barnes. Pass to Ball. To the paint. And it's Irving with a rebound. Warriors trail by 10. Inside, here's Anthony. And Anthony slams it in.
That's what you call leaving no doubt. Anthony responds emphatically.
Here's Hudson. Pass to Wade. Fades away. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Right side O'Neal. Ball with it. Irving picks him up. Ball automatic around the rim. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And also, guys, the tenacity they've shown on the defensive end has been something else. Look at how many blocks they've tallied thus far.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And Minnesota with some changes. Jackson comes in for Wade. And it's White in for LaMelo Ball. And the Warriors making a switch here. Pass to O'Neal. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far at the line.
O'Neal, 2 shots.
That free throw no good. And the Warriors making a switch here. And he sinks the second. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Barnes. Back to White. There's the 3. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Barnes has got his 4th assist in this one.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's White. Soft touch off the glass. White's got 9 points.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. So on the floor for Golden State, they've got Kyrie Irving, and it's Mashburn in at the 4 slot. Here's Irving, and it's Shays with a rebound.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard. Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's Mashburn. Here's Irving. That's good. And now he's 5 for 11 in this one.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
Pass to Shays. Outside White. Three-pointer. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way. Yeah, he needs to take a lot more shots. He's been efficient, trying to get his teammates involved, but it's time for him to step up.
Jackson surveying the D. Here's Keenan. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First team foul. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Wade, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. LaMelo Ball comes in for White. And so he hits both. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for Golden State, trailing by 19. Pass to Bibby. Back to Jones. Knocks it down from distance.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Here's Wade. Here's Shays. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Barnes. Here's Keenan. Money from the wing. And the Timberwolves lead by 18.
Imagine how much bigger this lead might be if he were a little more selfish.
Now here's Jones. The 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Pass to Barnes. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. The kick out to Ball. Keenan, pass to Wade. The 3 from Ball. Warriors with the rebound. And here's Jones. Pass to Bibby. That one rolls around and rims out.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Here's Barnes. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Inside is where Barnes is most effective, taking point-blank shots.
Here's Mashburn. Pass to Sigma. Down low. Here's DeBuscher. Lays it up and banks it in. DeBuscher's gotten 4 this quarter.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Ball outside. Here's Keenan. Knocked loose. Bibby, the pass to DeBuscher. Here's Mashburn. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Pass to Shays. Ball with it. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
Always so much creativity to LaMelo's game. Terrific move off the bounce.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Please give a big round of applause for your Timberwolves. You can't see.
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
It's almost beyond belief what he's done in this game. He's been impossible to cool off, hitting just about everything he looks at. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. He's had an answer for just about everyone.
You know, I got to applaud his incredible energy out there tonight. Losing again was not an option for him. He wouldn't settle for anything other than a win. Warriors trail by 17. Outside Irving. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
What a masterful performance from Kyrie Irving. He's over a decade into his career. He can still take over a game.
Here's Shays. And it's blocked. Irving against White. Outside Irving. Jones from outside. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Irving's got 9 assists now tonight.
Oh, he's really showing off now. The threes keep falling with no signs of slowing down.
Here's Wade. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It goes on Kyrie Irving.
Well, this guy, a dangerous interior scorer at his position, right? Dwayne Wade's so good at making the defense foul him.
First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Well, Grant, it appears the league expansion is around the corner. Any concerns about spreading the talent too thin?
Not really, B.A. I mean, the global pool of players competing for an NBA roster spot has never been deeper. So there's plenty of talent to go around. And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Timberwolves.
And they were on fire tonight. Fantastic offensive performance, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they really shot the ball well. I mean, their coach has to be beyond thrilled with how well they played.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Irving. There's 53 seconds left in the game. Pass to Shays. And here's Barnes. Defended by Jones. Fade away. That one drops for him. And the Timberwolves lead by 14.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Count it.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Shays with the bucket.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level. Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Deep, the pain ain't stopped. Pain ain't. Lamar Jackson got a posse. We're cause you used to play like Kaepernick. We got the past that sad to say, but you know I'm master. Do no peace treaties, it's forever up. The beat your feathers up. Have a when shorty said don't leave out. You ever seen your homies? I'm talking pain. Some of my look like Ruby Rose. Like Bay used the rose. Remember? No, you ain't love me, but tell them how though. Cause I noticed the bad acting like still in tune with the streets. See, I can hear the got me staying on point. I feel like Derek Fisher. Hurt, man, I had to cut off my sisters. Almost on a fan, he blitzed me for a picture. I'm paranoid, so proceed with caution. When I'm mad, I got an attitude like Steve Austin. My dog and we all lost. Ain't no more.
And I was 14 with a small loft. No more fair ones, now we all hopping. This shit got a kick, but it's not boxing. 100 on my body, that's a regular outing. I'm trying to net 100 million, I can't get it from browsing. I can't get it from scrolling, I used to get it from housing. On the 4th floor in Ennis, trying to give me 1,000. Sneaking money. You know you lying, why you speaking funny? The fact, why you speaking to me? Put my phone on D&D for all the leeches. Touring foreign beaches and probably somewhere in Ibiza. Maybe on the road with Albie, 4 O's like an Audi. You know my rebels rowdy. Don't move me like a Lambo on South Beach, that's regular homies doing. When you up, they start hating, that's how the rhetoric get. You fall back, they try to play you like you never been lit. I had to attain everything my haters never could get. You probably had a little motion, but you ain't never been this. Top dog in my city, running like the mayor. Old friends fell out with me, they did me a favor. I had to fight 100 demons just to get to this paper. Sneak this and I ain't tripping, we gon' get with you later.
From a dope spot, jealousy can't